Hey, what's up, guys? This is Killer Jin. My final video for tonight. I've recorded three, just back to back to back. uh, and again, I always record my video just one time, no editing, just go, and that's it. So, anyways, this is my video for visible enemies. Someone was creating some visible enemies using switches, and it was just awful because using global switches for anything is usually a terrible idea when it comes to visible enemies, mining, and all this stuff. I recommend watching my mining videos, coding lesson 1, 2, and 3 before you watch this, because I don't know, I might accidentally gloss over some details that you might want to know. But anyway, let me just show you this real quick. Visible enemies, yes, and let's do it. Let's do it well. We just don't want to do, just because it works, we don't want to just do that. We want to do it smart. So let's do it. Visible enemies. Oh my gosh, everyone loves those. I don't know. Visible enemy, cool. So basically we have a visible enemy here. Oh crap, the monsters. Oh, here we go. All cool. We got one here. He's gonna, I don't know, I guess approach us. Yeah, same. He's gonna be approaching you. Event touch, I guess. And when he touches you, he's going to force a battle. Battle processing. He's gonna force the bat. I guess you can escape. So the bat here, if you win, he's gonna die, right? Because that's what we want to do. So if you win, he's gonna switch to global switch A. I guess we're gonna do like the beginner, just like I do with the coding. We're just gonna show you like the beginning way to do this kind of stuff. And the person requested that when the bat dies, they want the dead body. They're like so adamant about having a dead body. So we're gonna make it, that's like the advanced part. How you can make it so that they have dead bodies, right, on the floor, but when you come back, they exist again. Interesting. So, anyways, I'm gonna show you. Like I said, I'm not gonna show you the master level way of doing this. Oh, okay, the bat's right here. So we got the bat going. We got the bat. And just to make sure that it lands on the bat, we're going to have to set movement route. We're going to tell this event to turn down. And then we're going to tell it to direction fix. That way it stays that way. All right. Again, the reason why this is not the master level is because if you watch my coding, with the mining 1, 2, and 3, I put all this kind of stuff in common events. And I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to show you the basic way. And I can show you the more advanced ways, again, in the next videos, especially if people really want me to do it. But I'm going to show you like the quick way to make it really good. Again, no global switches, for the love of sweet, sweet Jesus. Because the person I know was using like a global switch to make this person appear. They use a global switch, so if they needed 5 enemies, they'd use 5 global switches. Awful. Again, never do that for anything. Mining, fishing, anything you can code. Don't do it that way. Again, you want to use the advanced techniques in the script that I use to give you the advanced techniques. Because basically, yes, you'll fight the bat. The bat will die. But it's like, then, okay, without, switches, how do you make it come back to life? Well, again, very much so how I did the coding in video 3 of the master level technique mining. We're basically going to take a page out of the ore that regenerates. We're just going to take this page, the update page. So if you go to the update page, oops, you're going to go to the world map because this is where our bat is. And we're going to update it. We're going to give it the same thing, self var update, but I don't want to do update ore. I'm actually going to make a new common event. Let's call it like update enemy. We have update ore. I guess we can copy and paste it here, but we're going to do update enemy. We're going to turn off self switch A, and we're going to basically do enemy. And basically we're gonna obviously set a signal. The signal is changing this self var update to anything that's not 0. then it's going to run this automatically and set it back to 0, so that way it turns off the auto run. So basically we want to go here. I mean, we only have these two things, and basically here we're just going to call the common event. Go to update enemy, bada bing bada boom. Basically this is an auto run. Once this sees that this is anything but 0, it's going to call this update enemy. Remember, it's going to just shut off self switch A, turn itself to 0, so that way it ends this auto run and changes the enemy back to living. And there you go. And then when he's dead, you know what? I'm going to show you something cool too. So basically I'm going to create something else, which I highly recommend. If you really want dead enemies, then obviously you're going to want to do something cool with it. I mean, I'm sure you're just not going to just want it dead, just sitting there all boring and shit. So why not do dead enemy? And for now, I won't do nothing spectacular with it. I'm just going to do dead enemy, and I'm just going to have the game tell you, oh, look, a dead enemy. But you can get the idea that if someone was all creative, basically they could do something with this. But for now, that is perfectly fine. So basically, let me see, the enemy will be dead, the enemy will be same, I guess the same. Direction fix, and then we're just gonna call the common event. Again, you can see I love common events, and you should too. So that way, if I want to do something in my game, I actually have it. Oops. No. In my game, I have it so that if you're a werewolf, only if you're a werewolf, have werewolf powers, you can actually consume dead enemies' bodies. Or actually, before that, let me rewind. You can actually check bodies of enemies for like additional items, and then I mean that's what everyone can do. That's you can do to an enemy. But in the game, you can also get werewolf powers, and the werewolves actually have the power to consume dead bodies and regain life. So even if I had 100 enemies all around my game, and I wanted to add that new game mechanic functionality, all I have to do is go to the dead enemies common event and add that there, and guess what? It'll work all across, update globally across all dead enemies, which is really cool. And again, there might be a little bit more setup to that, but let me see. This is a visual. This is event 7. This is world map 1. One last thing I have to do is like, okay, well, what's up with that that update? Well, again, from my videos, you can see how these map auto runs. You have one map auto run. It always, does. Always updates, send signals. So basically on this world map, I want to send a signal to the visible enemy to update itself. And visible enemy is what? I forgot. It's 7, I thought. Maybe it's 7. You know what? I'm going to add this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do enemies. Yeah. And then I'm just going to do it here. I'm going to paste. And I think it's map 1 because this is world map 1, and I think that bat was 7, and it's gonna send itself a signal. Oh yeah, and I forgot the self update is actually variable number 22. Okay. So, is it 7? Yes. So this is 7. So it's sending a signal to here. And let's, let's make a couple of them, just to prove it. So this is 7, 8, and 9. So basically, I also want to have signals sent. And again, if you don't know what I'm doing, this is covered in coding videos 2 and 3 of the mining. Basically, I'm using a script, a powerful script that makes everything's life so much easier. I'm sending signals to the bats to regenerate themselves if they're dead. So they'll always appear again, but I also have the benefit of having them dead. I have the benefit of, checking their bodies. Oh yeah, this see coding lesson 1, 2. I'm gonna update 3. I actually coded 2 more, and this is actually my, like I said, the 4th one I record today. So anyways, let's see if this works. Actually, let's make bats really weak because I don't feel like having some epic fight with them. So I'm gonna make sure they're like really weak hit points. A 1, how about that? All right, let's see if I did this correctly and I'm a man of my word that I made visible enemies really cool. Man of my word. All right, here we go. Yay, the bats are flying around, all visible enemies. I don't know about the approach thing. Oh yeah, they are approaching me, I guess. Ha, that's funny. All right, let me fight this one. Fight. Bat emerge. Dead. Yeah. Die. Yay. Oh. It became a slime for some reason. Let's do this again. We can fix that slime thing in a second. Let's just make sure. Let me just make sure everything else is working. Again, I always make these videos on my first try. So I record it one time, that's it. I have no time to do fancy editing or doing videos over again. That's just too much. So, hey look, they all die, right? So the enemies are dead. The dead bodies are there. You can code whatever you want when it's a dead enemies. You can have them be searched, you can have them give you stuff. I don't give a crap what you do. But the point is, they're dead. Their bodies are there. I didn't use global variables. And when I leave and come back, hopefully they will return and they will be bats again. Yes. Love it. Love it. So let me just fight this one right here. Yay. Oh, wow. And I leave, come back. Yay, everything is awesome. Everything is awesome. Well, obviously, besides the fact that they don't look like bats when they die. So let me see what's causing them to do that. I could have sworn this event turned down. This event turned down. Yeah, it should be down, right? Yeah, down. See, it's in the down position. It's turn down direction fix. Turn down direction fix. I thought it should work. Maybe that needs to be done. Oops. For the love of God. So I fixed that one. I think I fixed it. Maybe because it does it so fast, it doesn't get to complete it. So let's try that. Hopefully that works. I'm actually gonna make it so that there's only one bat. Fighting two bats is annoying. So I'm gonna actually change this. I'm gonna get rid of one of these stupid bats. I'll rename. Everything is good. All right. Hopefully that fixed it. 7, 8, 9, just like before. All right. Let's see. Let's make these bats look like bats when they die, because that's obviously unacceptable. We don't want them to look like different animals. That's just foolish. Let's just get this going. Die. Yay. Yes. I fixed it. Awesome. So, yes. Oh my God, the bat's kicking my butt. So basically, the reason why I was doing that is because I didn't put weight, and because I didn't put weight, apparently it was doing it. It was, you know, trying to change it, but then switching the variable so fast that I didn't actually get a chance to adjust the direction. So that's why I was turning into different things. That was due to the direction. So obviously I fixed that. So now you see the two dead enemies. You know, again, you can code it any way you want. You know, here you go, dead enemy. And then I'm gonna leave that one alive. And I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna come back, and booyah, all your enemies are alive again. There you go. That's how you create visible enemies without using up all your global variables for each and every enemy. Imagine that, using global variables for each and every enemy in your game. I mean, come on, if you have visible enemies, I'm guessing you're gonna have at least hundreds of these things. 100, fine. A small game, 100. And you're also gonna have these mining ore veins right here. And imagine you have 200 of these things. I mean, you're gonna use up 300 global variables just to keep track of this, or switches, that's a nightmare. So in order to learn how to not do stuff like that and use advanced techniques, definitely check out my videos. Okay. So anyway, this is enough, I guess, for the first edition of Visible Enemies. Obviously, I can code it even better than this and use higher advanced techniques. We can do cool things like I don't know. I've done tons of cool things. I have like lights on my enemies when it's nighttime. Like you can see them in the dark because they have like, you know, red vision, and it looks really cool at night. I mean, I've done lots of cool things. The game I'm coding and creating right now is called Killer Jin. I have lots of cool stuff that I do in that game. And again, if I come across people that, you know, that ask for help, I'll make these videos and I'll show them. And this is just one of many. Hopefully you guys enjoy my videos. I have other cool videos, and if you guys like the videos and want to ask me how to do other things, just, you know, leave it in the comments. Okay, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much. Goodbye.